What's up everyone? Today we're gonna talk about how to market yourself as a programmer. If you wanna know more about code, check out and how to get mentorship when you're learning how to code, check out www.doorscodingschool.com www.doorscodingschool.com. So, how to market yourself as a developer? This is something that often coding bootcamps don't talk about too much, or even at universities. But when you are in a job market, that's exactly it. It's a market, and any market requires marketing. You need to sell yourself as a programmer, as someone who can solve programming problems. And how can you approach this? Most people will recommend you to have a good resume, put your code on GitHub, and that's it. Wait for the best. I'd argue this is not a very good strategy. What we do with our students at Doors Coding School is to create a portfolio of projects that will help you show that you know what you're doing. So what do I mean by a portfolio? It's even more nuanced than just a portfolio. What's the problem with GitHub? The problem with GitHub is that the first people who will look at your resume, they are not technical people, they are HR people. When you show them your GitHub, they have no idea what you just did. For them, it's just gobbledygook. It's just random stuff. They don't know how to evaluate if what you're doing is good or not. Even as a programmer, I'd argue that if they don't know the system you're working on, it's really hard to know the technical difficulty of what you're doing. So, how can you display better what you know? By actually showing what you've built. So instead of showing you what is more valuable for an HR person or for anyone in general, show the code that you've written or show the app that you've built. So in our approach, where we help our students market themselves, every single project you build, you're gonna have a video screening record of your project. So let's say you build an app that helps people, I don't know, that ranks the best players of League of Legends in the world. Instead of talking about the code, you're gonna take a recording of your screen showing every single page of your app, how things work, why is that useful, and why a video is so much better than GitHub? Because it displays a lot of things. First, it displays the final product, so HR people actually get to understand what you did. Second, it displays you're good at communicating technical knowledge. So if you're explaining well what you've built, people will say, this guy knows how to express himself. He's a good English speaker. He knows how to be concise. And those are skills that are very valuable for employers. Also, it gives you some social proof. If you put your project on YouTube and you start getting views and comments, people will see, oh, this guy knows what he's talking about, because a lot of people are liking his stuff, watching his stuff. That's what happens with our business. Basically, if you check out our YouTube channel, Doors Coding School, on YouTube, there are a lot of videos with 1,000 views, 2,000 views, 3,000 views. So that gives social proof that at least we're doing something interesting. Imagine if you get traction in your app, you get a certain amount of downloads, you get a certain amount of reviews. So we really help our students to record and publish what they've built. That's much more valuable than just talking about what they've built. We edit, we recommend the students doing a nice editing of the videos, creating a thumbnail, putting it on YouTube. We also guide the students on building their personal portfolio website, how to do that. And all that together makes you stand out, because very few people do that. In my experience, a lot of people just have the regular resume plus GitHub, and not even GitHub. So if you're putting an extra work of recording 5 or 6 projects you've built, that's what we do in our membership program. If you put in that extra time, if you're putting that extra time communicating, showing that you know your stuff, that's much more valuable than just listing your experience on a resume. So to summarize, how you can market yourself as a programmer: think of showing what you've built through a video instead of listing the skills you have. In that way, you can be much more effective at showing employers that you can solve their problem, because ultimately companies hire people to solve problems. If you can communicate well that you can solve someone's problem, they will be very pleased to talk to you and hire you. Okay? So if you wanna know how you can get help from us in marketing yourself, or even learning more about programming with a mentor, check out www.doorscodingschool.com and you have all the information right there. Alright, so see you guys in the next podcast.